Welcome to XCon Media. We doing this thing every Thursday night for the past month or so. We welcome our great friend from setbacks to success, my boy Quincy. What's going on with you?
What's good? What's good? What's good? G Money, what's happening, man? Shoot, yeah.
Another
What's up,
day.
everybody out there? Yeah,
Yeah, it's
you
another
doing all
day,
right?
man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. You out that truck yet? What we doing?
yeah. I'm out the truck. I'm trying to get all the way out permanently, boy. If they like, comment, boy, if I get enough views, no subscriptions and everything, but I'm gonna be able to get out the truck. They're gonna
Hey,
see me,
man,
bro.
get the views up, man. Bless the cash app. Hit my
All of
man
this,
up, man. Yeah, do the shares, the
all that
likes,
good stuff.
man. Yeah, man. Let's get my
For
man out
sure,
the truck. Yeah, man.
sure,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
I want
man.
to talk to y'all every day. I ain't gonna lie to you. I want to talk to y'all every day, but your
Yeah.
boy gotta work. So since I got to work, damn it, I can't talk to you every day.
It's, that ain't the rally just yet. Hey
Yeah,
man, but
what's
you
good,
ain't
man?
saw me.
You ain't caught none of that snow in your side of the world, have
Yeah,
you?
yeah, man. Yeah, you called it, man. We got some snow and ice, man. Here in OKC, we had a couple of days of the kids was out, man. They was enjoying that like we used to do when we was shorties. So that was cool for them.
Okay.
For me, man, it's just the same old stuff, man. We building businesses. We in the stock market hard. Um,
Okay.
as far as the stock market, man, there's it's a little choppy in some areas, but there's still some good picks out there, man. You just gotta look at it, keep watching it, man. Pick your points to get in, and
Mhm.
yeah, man, still money to be made in the market. Crypto, for the most part, the big ones have been down. Not a lot of activity there. Bitcoin, XRP, Dogecoin, none of hadn't really been a lot of action there, but that's scheduled to pick up at some point, man. But like I said, man, building businesses, man, just trying to make moves, man. Stay
That's right. So,
yeah. But most importantly, man, for us, man, I think with just the thing that I think is one of the most valuable things of many,
mhm.
man, is just personal health. And so for all the men in particular, man, watching, blood pressure, get your blood pressure checked, get your cholesterol levels checked, get your A1C levels checked, man, for sure, man. It's just too many things that can be prevented right now with modern medicine. And it's just really as simple, man. Just getting in there and getting those screenings, the blood work, and getting those tests done, and taking care of your business, man. Because as the cliche says, man, your health is your wealth.
That's right, man. And don't be able to don't forget. Sometimes you need a mental health break, a mental health time out. Especially us as black people, we sometimes, especially, and I'm guilty of it, we strong. All you
Mhm,
gonna see is strength. That's it. That's it. That's all.
mhm.
That's all you're gonna see. Sometimes even the strongest of us get down and out. But you gotta get your thoughts up, and sometimes you gotta pray and just keep it moving, man. And don't be afraid to talk to people and express what you know what I'm saying, how you feeling and everything.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
don't be too ashamed to just say, hey, I need some help. You know what I'm saying?
For sure,
Yeah,
man. Mental health is as important as your physical health as well. No doubt, no
yeah.
doubt.
Sure.
But yeah, man, let's jump right into it, man. This was a lot of things going on, still popping out here, man. One of the things I think, and I know a lot of conversations have been about it, but one I think we talked about a little bit off air with
Mhm.
the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl performance. I think all of
They
us
not
who
like us. They
yeah,
not
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, man, that was and all. I mean, it's just so thoughtful, man. It's just what all the messaging that was put into it. The brother is very talented. However, there's a piece to this puzzle, man, that I don't think is being discussed, and I want to share this part of it, and I want to get the audience's point of view
for
on
sure.
this.
Oh, if you on Facebook, let me say this real quick. If you on Facebook and X, I am not ignoring you. I cannot see your comments. So you might want to jump on YouTube if you're trying to get in the comments, if you're trying to ask questions or what have you, get on YouTube because I cannot see your comments. I had a lot of comments on Facebook last week and I ain't see them until I actually got off.
Yeah. But before I play this clip, this is the Super Bowl halftime performance. This is just a small clip of it. We're not going to be able to run the audio of this because there's some copyright issues. They'll flag it, pull our show down. But the question to the audience is, who is DJ Mustard? So let's just run this real quick. Yeah.
It was a lot of shots fired. It was a lot of shots fired in the Super Bowl, which was it was pretty entertaining when you seen the breakdown of what they saying certain messages meant, and it was crazy.
Yeah. So I saw the brother come out, and I've been listening to this song for the better half of 2024. Started 2025, and
Right.
I think all of us, at some point, was like, man, this beat is slapping. Okay, yeah, Lamar Kendrick did his thing lyrically as he always does, but the beat, I think all of us hands down was like, man, what's one of the most slapping beats of all time. But
Yep.
I have to be honest with you, and I'm not part of this younger generation, so I probably missed it. But at the end of the day, I did not find out until Super Bowl who he was. And I had to find out from someone else a little younger, to tell me, oh, that's Mustard. So, and I was stunned because that was the first time, that I've even heard, the brother's name. And I guess, I was just really, it just brought a lot of things to my mind because, I don't, but, again, shout out to Kendrick for bringing him out, and sharing that stage and that moment with him, because I think it was a collaborative effort. Without the music, the song.
I don't mean to interrupt you. I don't know if my audio choppy, but I know your audio is kind of like.
Am I still choppy, or is that better? Okay. I think I'm a little too far away, but I was just thinking, it was a collaborative effort, and I'm glad he shared that stage with his brother. But I just thought it was crazy to think that as long as that song has been in rotation, that was the first time I've even heard bro's name. And so for you, had you even heard of who DJ Mustard was before this?
I didn't know who he was. I didn't know, but yeah, I seen him on there and I knew he was somebody because obviously he's sharing the stage with him. So, but I didn't know who he was. So
okay.
When I found out, I found it pretty interesting. They saying everything that was going on had some symbolicness to it, and it was a message going across the board. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Okay. So I went and looked them up a little bit, and I'm gonna bring the screen up. But can you see this screen?
Yes. And now let me pull it on up. Welcome in. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Hit that like. Hit that like. Hit that like. Share that. We trying to build something on Thursday nights right here.
Okay, so this was the first thing that I thought was interesting. Brother's name is Dijon Isaiah McFarland. So when I said Dijon, or I'm not sure how you pronounce it, I guess I start thinking about Dijon mustard. Maybe that's the brand of mustard. You remember that brand of mustard?
Yeah. So is that Grey Poupon? No, that's not it. That's another one, right? when he pulled up to the side of the cars, excuse me, do you have any Grey
Poupon? Yeah. No. He got we on that that Dijon mustard. All right. So yeah,
Yeah.
so this is Dijon, man, straight out of LA.
Okay.
I'm assuming him and Kendrick, out of the same hood. Doesn't say Compton specifically, but it does say LA. I'm assuming also they probably have a long um, maybe relationship with each other. But 1990 was year of birth, 34 years old, and he's got some credits to under his name. He's done some work with the Migos, done some work with an artist by the name of Roddy Rich.
Okay.
Um, so been in the game, but this by far looks like from the likelihood of it, because this one he has a song that peaked at 143 on the Billboard 200,
Mm-hmm.
number 8 Billboard 200, top 40 single. But this one would not like us, was his first number one production on the chart, so on the Billboard. So this again, his biggest hit by far of all time. So yeah, so that was interesting to see a little bit about him on that and read up on him. But I guess one of the things that also brought to mind was um when it comes to being really creating your brand. And I think about producers and legendary producers. I think about people like Dr. Dre and DJ Khaled, and even a local one in ATL. I think about Zaytoven. I'm just curious to and even get your thoughts about how smart of a play is it, because it seems like, and I could be wrong, and feel free if anybody's in the chat to say different, but it
That's the
seems
music
like it.
man right there. That's the music man. My man Tez Hall. We did time together.
Okay,
He went.
okay, oh, okay.
He
Cool.
if he wanted to come up and talk about the music, he could shed some light on that because he in that industry. He
All
be
right,
around
yeah.
them people.
What up, Tez? What up? What's good, man? So yeah, I don't know if we can bring him actually in on this
I don't
conversation,
know if
but
he's still in or not. Yeah,
yeah, but
I think we can get him in here if he want to come up and talk about it. If he's still in here, I definitely damn bring him up if he wanted to.
okay, so definitely would be helpful to get somebody who's got some expertise in that arena. But it just seems like, from right what how I'm looking at it, that he's kind of been playing a little bit behind the scenes on this one, particularly just how big this record is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just trying to figure out like why, and also figure out like, is this a smart play for him and his career moving forward? It does appear that Kendrick is going to have the long term, from the day to the day he dies, you know um benefit of a hit song like this. He'll carry this to the for the rest of his life. But is Mustard going to be able to carry that same kind of long term of benefit behind it as well? What do you think about that? Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. That music stuff so crazy, man. It's like
Yeah, yeah.
that whole industry crazy, man. Like, just the shout outs that he was sending to Drake. I mean, like a lot of people say that pretty much ended Drake's career. I mean, Drake
Mm,
was on top. I don't know what happened. I don't know that Drake picked the beef, or Drake thought it was gonna be, something easy, or thought Kendrick was gonna be a free pick, and he just
mm,
ate him alive. And like, it's like, uh that's right, I'm doing me. Like, where you at, bro? You know what I'm saying? Is you gonna I think he jumped in the court. I think he jumped in the court, man, and trying to sue Kendrick about some of the allegations in a couple of those songs. I'm like, man, this is a
mm.
rap battle, bro. Like jump back in the ring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, if you tapping out, just say you salute the man and move on about your business. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
So
That's right.
obviously he scratched the scab off or something, man. Cause yeah, the Drake camp has been silent. We don't know what's going on, man.
For sure. But again, big shout out to Kendrick, big shout out to Mustard. And again, Mustard, man, yeah, man. I hope
Absolutely.
for your
This thing.
continued career success on that, because that's a by far a huge accomplishment,
Yeah.
for sure.
So
So
yeah.
yeah, man. But moving forward, man, we got another development, man, and I want to see what again, what the temperature is on this one. And it's up there, up in DC with your boy,
Yeah.
your guy.
Okay. Yeah. Shout out to my son. My son is in DC right now. My son is in DC. You know,
Okay.
he visiting Georgetown. So these colleges really trying to get at him. But this weekend is Georgetown. So he just flew up there today.
Okay.
Speaking of DC.
Okay.
But yeah,
Well, shout out to Young G Money. All right. Do your thing up there. Yeah. So, but yeah. So, but Trump, our guy's up there doing his thing. He got his
yeah.
right hand man, partner in crime, I guess, or
Yeah,
whatever we want to call it.
cash,
But yeah, his right hand man doing his
cash.
thing. Yeah.
Where the cat Eli busting through the door. Boom.
Yeah.
Cash. Where it's at. Where
That's
that
right.
cash at.
Where
Yeah.
that cash at? So yeah, man. So they're active, man. They got a whole plan agenda. They're not wasting any time. They're not playing any games, but they're and just real quick with this, I had a conversation here today with one of my relatives who works in DC, and they were just commenting about how many of the people that they know personally are now getting their pink slips, basically telling them, their jobs are done. And although many people knew that pretty much the writing was on the wall when the president, won the election, and not only that, the Republicans took you know, Congress, essentially, the House and the Senate.
Right.
Many people still were not really prepared, and so, which I find that shocking, because I figured, you if you were DEI employee, or you were in some type of you know government paid position that lean to the Democrat or liberal side of things, that you probably should have had a plan going at that moment of what your pivot and transition was going to be, right?
Right.
But yeah, she was telling that a lot of people were kind of just still hadn't prepared, and so, and really kind of devastated by it. So anyway, um Elon actually was on today talking about how they're looking at these cuts in these different government
They
spending.
looking everywhere. They are
Yeah.
going under stones that have not been turned over
Hmm.
ever in the history.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and good. It's been a lot of mishandled money. Like people, every time you can't even figure out why your account, why you living from check to check, is because the money is going somewhere where it don't need to be going to. So I salute that. I
Yeah.
salute that. Like no president in history has accomplished this much. You know what I'm saying? Every day this dude is doing something, whether you like it or not, he doing something. Like today, yesterday, or whatever, a couple days ago, the Gulf of America. That's all.
Hmm.
We only known it as the Gulf of Mexico.
Hmm.
Never said, never knew why it was the Gulf of Mexico. That's just what it was. That's what they taught us in school. It's the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
is not why are we not calling it the Gulf of America? That was a good idea. This dude is putting America first, man. Bottom
That's
line,
right.
I don't care how you look at it. He putting and we should. And a lot of people been going second for so long. That's just what they used to. That's what they want. They want to be set. Yeah, nah. I like what they doing. I like
America
what they doing.
first. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, yeah. Shit, it's about us. He's the United States president of the
Yeah.
of America.
That's
You know what
right.
I'm saying?
That's right.
Not
That's right.
not of India or
Yeah.
China. We ain't let them folk worry about what they got going on their side of the world. We ain't got time for that.
And that's, and like you said, man, that is right, man. You got a social security number, man. You ought to be thinking that America first as well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
For
definitely.
sure.
But here's a clip from Elon today, man, talking about how they're looking at these government agencies and what they're gonna do with it. So let's run this real quick.
All right.
No, that ain't it. Let's go to, hold on. That was my bad. Pulled up the wrong one. Let's go to this one.
Elon around here.
Yeah.
Where is it under there? Is there money under there? Is it there? Where's that money at? Is it under that rock right there? Is it over here? Where's that cash at? Where is it going? The American people want to know.
Yeah. Here we go. Here's the clip. I'm running back.
Delete entire agencies as opposed to leave part of them behind. Because if you leave part of them behind, it's easy. It's kind of like if leaving a weed. If you don't remove the roots of the weed, then it's easy for the weed to grow back. But if you remove the roots of the weed, it doesn't stop weeds from ever growing back, but it makes it harder. So we have to really delete entire agencies, many of them. We really have here rule of the bureaucracy as opposed to rule of the people, democracy. So in order, we want to restore rule of the people. And so what that means is reducing the size of the federal government, basically reducing regulation. There's a tremendous amount of over-regulation that's happened over time.
Okay, so that was one of his clips here, but let me also play real quick another clip that I pulled up on his same and this one talks about what they're doing as far as the cutting of the spending and and his beliefs about how this is going to benefit the American people. And I'm going to come back and get your thoughts on that as well. Let's see here. Let's go to this one. Let's see. Sorry about that. I got the wrong one up. Here we go. Let's go. There we go. Here we go.
In order, we want to restore rule of the people. And so what that means is reducing the size of the federal government, basically reducing regulation. There's a tremendous amount of over-regulation that's happened over time. And this is an inevitable consequence of a long period of prosperity, is that you're going to get more and more rules and regulations, more laws accumulate over time. And the normal forcing function for getting rid of rules and regulations is war. So it needs to be some kind of existential war, where you have to reset in order to avoid being defeated in a war. This is literally throughout history, it's been the main forcing function for clearing out an accumulation of laws and regulation. In the absence of that, every year you get more laws and regulations until eventually everything is illegal and nothing is permitted. And that's sort of the situation we have these days. So
I think I pulled up the wrong clip. Let me rewind that a little bit further back. Hold on. Yeah.
I feel what he's saying, though. You know what I'm saying?
Huh?
I definitely feel what he's saying.
Okay. Yeah.
That truly to voters from of all types. I think improving government efficiency, I think, was like almost 70% support, so quite a lot, basically, more than any other issue. So I think the people are very supportive. Obviously, there's certain elements of the bureaucracy that are not supportive because we are moving them from the government sector to the private sector. So really at a high level, this is kind of like we're really just removing people from low to sometimes negative productivity roles in the government sector to higher productivity roles in the private sector. And the net effect of that will be an increase in the output of useful goods and services, which increases the standard of living and well-being of the average American.
And you usually have one key target that.
So
Mm.
real quick, and again, man, my apologies, man. I kind of got chopped up that clip. I didn't get it quite right, but to kind of summarize what at least I heard on that there, yeah, and this was something that we had talked about off camera a little bit, because I think if one of my main concerns about what's going on, and I stated it pretty directly, was that I just don't care to the degree about how this country is spending or not spending its money if I don't understand or don't see how it's going to benefit regular people, working class people in this country. So, and again, we talked about that. I mean, just because if it doesn't matter to me that we have a government with a balance, we're out of debt and with a balance, a good, healthy balance sheet. And we got more people who are in debt or homeless or this other thing that heard or I've been hearing is that we're going to have all these through all these cuts in spending and the tariffs, and again, no knock on Trump on this one, but we're going to have all these extra jobs over here. For me, having more jobs that are paying $18, $19, $20, $22 an hour is not a win for me here in America, and the idea would be, what's a win is, say if I'm in trucking, is somehow the trucking jobs now go from getting paid 60, 70, 80, and $90,000 a year to on average 120, 130, 140, 150, without prices of everything else going up. So it's those things, because at the end of the day, those are the types of things that are going to allow people like me to improve our quality of living. I'll have more money to save, more money to put in my retirement account to invest, more money to pay down debt if I have debt, those types of things. That's the stuff that matters to me, not an America that not, that went from being in $3 trillion in debt to, under $1 trillion in debt. I don't really care much about that as a citizen. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, in order to like this to me is gonna be like the biggest reset in history. You know what I'm saying? In order to make the economy better, bring them food prices down, you got to be able to start with the fuel prices. You get them fuel prices down, and everything else go down across the board. That's what makes, that's because when you got high fuel prices, it raised the price of everything, because the price to transport those things in, it costs more, because the fuel prices, it is just gonna start a continuous downhill spiral with everything. The higher the fuel prices go. So
G-Money, what is diesel running right about now over there in Georgia?
not as cheap as Oklahoma. Oklahoma be having some of the cheapest diesel.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah.
Oklahoma, Texas, Mississippi, I think Louisiana, South Carolina, Missouri, that they be having some of the lowest diesel prices in the country. Over here they're about $3.95 or something like that. I went to Alabama today. I went to Selma, Alabama. So I fueled up out there, and it was about probably like 364 in Alabama or something like that.
That's exactly what it said. 364, 365. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So
In Oklahoma, let's see here. Just curious
I
to
know
know.
it's cheap. I know it's cheap out there. It's always cheap out there.
Yeah. In Oklahoma, diesel is averaging 318 a gallon. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
People in,
sorry. I was curious to know, what that
yeah.
was. Yeah.
People in California and New York will love that. That's one of the strategies of trucking that, I would always try to fuel up in the states that had the cheaper diesel. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm on my way to Florida, I make it to South Carolina because South Carolina was one of the low states. I fill up, both tanks in South Carolina and try to go all the way into Florida and make it back to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Going back up, I'm gonna try to make it all the way back to South Carolina
Yeah.
to fill up again. You know what I'm saying?
You want to make a guess on what diesel prices are now in California?
Oh, in California, they're probably between $6 and $7 a gallon, I'm gonna say.
It's saying as of February 2nd, 12th, the average price of diesel in California was $4.79 per
Oh,
gallon.
479. Oh,
$4.79. Yeah.
I thought it was higher than that, honestly.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
That's low for California standards.
That's low for California standards. Yeah, but still
Oh,
up there. Yeah, you compare to but yeah. But I'm sorry. Yeah, I interrupted you. I was just curious to know what that
no,
was.
it's all good, but that's what I mean. So if you got less of the money, because see what they talking about too with getting rid of that federal income tax, they take like $200-$300 per pay period. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't got all this money going to all of this stuff that don't nobody seem to know where it's going to,
Right.
that mean they need less of your money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
That's right.
if you put a fair tax across the board, people can't get away from it. See, you got a lot of people that's out here beating taxes, not paying their fair share of taxes and stuff like that. If you eliminate federal tax, put a fair tax, every time you go spend some money, you're gonna be paying your own way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just in agreement because this is a historical shakeup. Like we finding out things that don't know, but none of us knew about our whole lifetime. You got people that's living generation by generation off of the money that they stealing from the government. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's kind of put some transparent. At least let us have a look and see what's going on. If it's legit, leave it alone. If you can do without it, cut them people, make them people, bring them people down to regular. You know what I'm saying? Bring them down to make them do something else. You know what I'm saying? Not just sitting off our taxpayer money. Nah, I agree with what's going on. Shake it up.
Shake it up. Okay.
Shake it up.
Yeah, man. So yeah, it's in full effect, y'all. It's in full effect. And again, man, those folks in DC seemingly are understanding it firsthand. So all I can say is, and again, I know for certain types of people, having the ability to pivot and transition and is not an easy thing for certain kinds of mindsets of people to do. They like certain things to be the same and not change. But this by far, is going to be the moment. If you are a government employee, left, liberal side of the, fence of the spectrum, been eating off that dinner plate for, some time individual, it's very likely this is going to be that moment where you're going to be forced to have to make that pivot. So yeah, just lean into it, embrace it, know that definitely for people, like myself, man, I'm one that it's just a part of my nature, my DNA. It's just I don't, pivoting is not I've just got myself programmed mentally to be able to do those things, and I know when it's is so that's not as hard for me. Someone like for me to do, not it's not. I'm not saying that to say I'm better than anyone, but it's just I've learned to be able to adjust to change and be able to be okay with change. But yeah, for everybody else, man, just know, you're gonna have to wrap your arms around it, because it's coming, and if it hadn't already hit you yet, but no, also you're gonna be okay. Yeah.
Hey, when you done been to what we've been to, you gotta learn how to adjust to change fast, because change comes every day.
Yes, sir.
Every day is some change. So now y'all just gotta live like regular people, man. Stop living off these people money. If you been out here getting free money, what is you mad for? He gonna pay you all the way to September. Get your ass out the way. Go start doing some Uber or something. You know what I'm saying? Feel what everybody else feeling out here. You know what I'm saying? So that's for the ones that's getting it for free. You know what I'm saying?
Start your business for sure, man.
See, that's another thing that's gonna happen. See, with these tariffs, with all these agencies going away, it's gonna be less of the BS overseeing you, less regulations. You know what I'm saying? Because even with trucking, you got 10 2290, you got the IFTA, you got feud, you got everybody got their hand in your money. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
So we need less of that government regulation. And guess what? That stuff is going to jumpstart the economy, where people going to start building their own business. Because see, when you backed against in the wall, most of us, when you backed against a wall, what you going to do? You going to fold up, or you going to slide down the wall and cry? You know what I'm saying? No, you're going to figure it out. You're going to get it. You know what I'm saying?
You low key touched on some things. I don't even. You went if the few, all the hands and your
regulation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Are they pulling those things off the? I mean, have you heard talk of that? That'd be great.
I know a couple of these federal agencies getting shut down. Like it was one. What was it? Consumer protection. Is it the consumer protection agency? All this time, they ain't doing a damn thing. They ain't doing nothing.
Nothing.
Y'all not doing what y'all told the people y'all gonna do. Shut them down. Go find something else to do, because you ain't doing nothing. You in place to help the people, and you're not helping them. So what are we paying you for?
What are we paying you for? Yeah.
So it's gonna spark a economic boom. Like
but I'm glad you mentioned that as far as how it relates to trucking, because I'm gonna keep an eye on for that, because that could be a game changer, especially for the owner operators out there, the guys who's trying to move out of being company drivers and do their own thing as our owner operators and get out here and fleet up.
Hard for the small trucker. You know what I'm saying? They make it really hard for somebody out there that got one truck. Yeah, like you might be out there making $10,000 a week. You might be generating 10,000, but you're only taking home like 1,800-1,900. What's wrong with that picture? That's you're pocketing like $1,800-1,900, and you made $10,000 for the week. Something is wrong with that picture.
You said that shit don't make sense.
Back when we was coming on, a truck driver had money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Truck drivers had money. Now, please, man, they trying to run every time you getting pulled into the weigh station. You know what I'm saying? You getting a level 3 inspection, you get shut down. You got one truck. You know what I'm saying? And if that truck ain't rolling, you ain't making no money.
You ain't making no money.
Yeah, so it's a lot of this government overreach, a lot of these laws.
Yeah,
you got a lot of victimless laws. You know what I'm saying? That
carry fines and man.
Carry prison time. You instantly become a convicted felon. Like, it's a lot of stuff that's going on, and I just feel like the best person for the job to shake it up is in office. the best person, because even if he ain't touched it yet, they gonna get to it. You can rest assured they coming for whatever it is you think that they coming for. They'll be there. They're not gonna get away with it. I think they're gonna overturn every stone, and I love it. Yeah, I love it. Shake it up. Yeah.
Boy, Big Dog, you getting real spicy right here towards the end of this show, was it?
That's what it is. I like what he's doing.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Put the people first. Look, he told everybody what he was gonna do. He told everybody if they didn't want this, if the people didn't want this, Harris would have won by a landslide. This is what the people wanted. They want shake up. You know what I'm saying? They want results, and this man hit the ground running.
I have a question, and I know we're running short on time. Yeah, but this is just, and it's kind of random. Speaking of the election, you had Trump versus Harris, Kamala Harris. I don't even know her first name. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I should. Is it Kamala or Kamala?
I believe it's Kamala. Some say Kamala, Camilla. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's Kamala.
Damn.
Where is? I ain't seen her. We sent her back to California, man. I wanted her back in California. They cover, so we sent her back to her.
Okay. Okay. Boy, you silly. All right. But okay, here's my random hypothetical question. In this election, if it were A, Barack Obama, or B, Michelle Obama running against Trump, would either one of those people would have beaten him?
Oh, man. I think 2008 Obama probably couldn't be beat, but Obama showed so much during this Harris run that I don't think people like him no more. I think the mystique of Obama probably fell off.
Okay.
That's my personal opinion.
That's what's up. Yeah, I appreciate you. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
He was a good, even though even if it was getting screwed, he made you feel good about it. You know what I'm saying? Obama, he was a smooth talker. You know what I'm saying?
Had that smile and boy, charismatic.
Make you feel good about being
broke. That's
feel good about disarming you. Make you feel good about this welfare. You know what I'm saying? You gonna feel good about it. You know what I'm saying? He made you feel good about being broke. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, you silly.
So, I missed that whole Obama. By the way, I was in the joint. So, but all I know,
is me too, man. Did I tell you he came to my prison?
Nah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he came to El Reno, man. El Reno, Oklahoma, man. They had the Secret Service out there, had the whole prison locked down. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, man.
He came to speak?
No, he came to actually in federal prison they have something called RDAP. It's a residential drug program or whatever. And so I wasn't part of RDAP. I didn't have a drug case. Had a bank robbery case, but yeah, man, he came. He was the only sitting president to visit a federal United States federal prison, so it was kind of historic. We have a Air Force base here in Oklahoma, right outside of Oklahoma City, Tinker Air Force Base. He came in on Air Force One. As I understand it, I was locked up. I just heard stories. I think because the Beast, the Cadillac armor plated Cadillac, it travels with the Air Force One. Yeah, so they said that he traveled, across the city, but anyway, yeah, he was there. We didn't get a chance to see him. They like I said, only the RDAPers, as they called them, who was in the program, actually were able to see him and talk to him. The rest of us, we was just locked down ourselves. But yeah. So it was different. Yeah. But anyway, back to that.
Know a person, I know a person. I saw a pardon that Obama had gave him. Yeah, I know a person. I seen that part. It was a big long form. He had it front.
Yeah, I actually saw a guy that got pardoned, man, and he was a lifer, man. It was a crazy moment. Yeah, it was amazing. He had done like 27 years on old crack charges, on them old crack cocaine charges.
Ain't killed nobody.
Ain't killed nobody, man. And he got, and man, I was right there with him, man. It was an amazing day. But anyway, Michelle. You think Michelle would have gave him a run? Would DJT run for his money or what?
I think she would have been way better received than Harris.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, the run was too long for Harris because stuff started coming out. This started coming out. That started coming out. It was too much time. Now, when she first stepped on the scene, she was on fire. I don't need look, if she stepped on the scene and Trump would have ran against her, and the election was in 1 week, he probably would have lost because they felt really good. But as time went on, you start to see that this lady not too bright. She don't have a and she's talking in circles. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And I think Michelle would have been a much better candidate. Would have made it closer. However, it's the Democratic policies for me. Now, Michelle would have caught me about 3 years ago. I would have voted for her just because I like it.
Yeah.
When I started looking at them policies and what's going on, I had to choose freedom. I must say, me personally, you know, once I did all the research, I never vote Democratic again. And this is coming from a lifer voting Democrat.
Yeah.
But
so you said so I guess what I'm hearing you saying, you said it definitely would have been a closer race, but Trump still would have got her at the end. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It'd have been closer because, you know, I think the Obamas are the last of the, you might want to call them moderate Democrats.
Yeah.
Biden and Harris and the Democrats that's in there now, they want it one way and one way only. You know what I'm saying? And that's not gonna work. See, Obama was pretty much a person that tried to compromise. He tried to, you know, be on both sides of the fence, and he tried to work with everybody. Joe Biden and even Harris in her campaigning. If they don't do it, I'm gonna sign it in the executive. You know, I'm gonna sign the executive order. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, people wasn't going for that. Yeah, people not going.
I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement. It'd have been. I think it would have been a dogfight. But I think the momentum was just too great, and the country was the rage on the other side on the right on the right side was just too piping hot, you know, at this point. But like I said, definitely would have been closer race, but I think we still would have had the same result because it was just time for a change, drastic change.
Time for a change. Shake it up. Ain't nobody shaking it up like Trump. Nobody shaking it up.
That's right.
You say that boy putting in work. Yeah.
So where we at on?
Man, I want to talk a little bit about that 50. What you think about 50 Cent and Big Meech, man? I heard something interesting today about that. Like, first of all, Big Meech was a part of BMF. I missed the whole BMF era because I was incarcerated at that time. However, Big Meech got 30 years or whatever, went in. They saying some female was trying to work to get his time cut, and they saying that he was involved in setting a couple of people up. And one of the dudes that caught 30 years say, yeah, he was directly involved in it. But Big Meech came out the other day and said he death before dishonor, and you know, and he'll never do this and do that. And I heard something today about he signed a is it a 51K or something like that? You know what I'm talking about? Because you didn't been in the federal system. I've never been. I don't know too much about the federal system. It was a 51K something, which basically meant that
Okay.
he had to cooperate in order, bring somebody down in order to get his time cut. He was basically a third party witness.
He was basically a third party witness.
He was third party. So they saying his name is not directly in the paperwork. However, they say it is, but it ain't. However that go. I don't know. I don't know anything about the federal system. So that's
yeah. For me, to be honest with you, my situation was I didn't really do a whole lot of prison politics, to be completely honest with you. I went into prison late in life.
so
my
you was
my
older.
first and my first, and that was my first time actually just being incarcerated, period. So, it wasn't like I've been through juvie and, did state time, had a first bid in the feds, and then this was my my journey wasn't like that. Yeah, I mean, I hit the yard for the first time at 40, so and and then for me, it would seem like initially as something that, because it was a 60-month sentence, it was 5 years. I was just like, shit, that's a lot of damn time. You know what I mean? Well, at least it felt to me like it was a lot of time at 40 years old. But when I got there and saw, all them 30s and them 12s, 30s, elbows, they call those life sentences, and and then I got to be known with a couple of people, as short timer. I was like, well, damn, 5 years ain't bad. I just had to sit tight, man. And, before I was pretty much in and out, in a lot of regards. So for, really, I just didn't even really get too deep into it. I wasn't a sex offender, so I didn't have to worry about, being, if it's, everybody knows with the chomos and shit like that, how they get treated, so I didn't have any of those, because I was the last to go on my case. People brought my name up on their cases. I just took a plea. I didn't give them an option to take it to trial to get no time off their sentence. So that's how it worked out for me. So there was no need for me to get into case law and do a whole lot of that. I just had to just, I got in there, man, hit the yard, got on the weight pile, did some programming, just, man, I did a lot of, just kind of self-development type stuff, man. So, and by the time it was time for me to get on out of there, man, I felt refreshed. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, let's get back out here, man, and get back on it. You know what I'm saying? So that was my thing. So yeah, so I really can't speak to all that stuff, man.
Yeah, I feel because that's how I was when I went in. I won't necessarily say I was in the prison politics, but I was a little bit. It's a little different in state,
Yeah.
But I mostly stayed out the way, stayed in the law library. You know what I'm saying? Gamble, you know what I'm saying? Always looking for a poker table, you know what I'm saying? And shooting dice, playing chess, playing basketball, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So by the time I got ready, I was almost 40 when I came out, you know what I'm saying? So I know, boy, going in at 40.
Yeah,
boy, I know that was hard. Boy, I know that was hard.
Yeah,
that was hard on you there, boy.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. And the youngsters, man, because the feds is a little different because the youngsters there are really the minority. The old heads really run things in the feds, at least the yard I was at. And from my understanding, that's how it is on most yards. So, old heads, they like, order, when it comes to how things are done. So, and any young bucks that's trying to, change that, they get kind of dealt with, and they realize, hey, yeah, this ain't the state, this ain't the county, this ain't, all that, let me just fall in line and just, just, stay out the way, get on that pile, get on, just or just be sit in the TV room and chill out, man, but yeah, man, so it was real, it was real different, because even then, even with the youngsters, man, they just call me, they just, I mean, I would tell my old age, like, damn, man, you like my mama's age, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, I probably know your mama. Yeah.
For real, like I think my first reality with that, man, I was sitting in the living room watching the news or something, man, and I
Mhm.
dude was like, say,
The fuck you talking to?
he said, you look, at the time, I think I was probably about 34, but he might have been like 20, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, me, it's just me and him in the day room.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized, damn, boy, you getting old in this thing, boy. Woo, that was they called it was called
Yeah.
OG. They called me
OG. That I was gonna say. That was I was trying to think. It was in school. Okay, it wasn't school.
old
I was like,
school OG.
yeah. It was OG. That's what it was. Yeah, OG. Yeah.
Yes, indeed,
Uh,
boy.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Final thoughts before we land this plane, man. I appreciate you tapping in. What you got?
Nah, man, yeah, like I said, man, the movement is still on, man. We still pushing forward. We still, we just I think everything from this point moving forward is for 2025 is to continue to plant seeds and watch and water and add the sunlight and watch everything grow, man. So with that, man, is again, mind, body, and soul, spirit, focusing on all those things, and personal development as well. It's just a combination of all those things, man. Protecting my space, I would encourage everyone to do that as well, making sure that you keep yourself in a good place around good people, and again, just continue to try to develop better understanding about the things that are going on around you. And so with this channel, man, again, I thank you for everyone who's been supporting it from this point on. We're just getting started. We've been talking about it, how we're going to continue to see this thing move forward. I look forward to continue working with you, brother, on this again, man. I appreciate you for bringing me, kind of out of my, I kind of stepped away from it for a little while, but I appreciate your commitment to the process, man, and getting me back in. And I'm looking for, like I said, running the numbers up. Yeah,
For sure, man. Like I've been getting in last Thursday and the night, boy. Get in with 10 minutes to get hooked up to the computer and
yeah,
straight from work, straight from Alabama, straight to this laptop.
yes,
Yeah.
sir. All right,
I
that's grind.
appreciate you coming through, man. If y'all have not checked my boy out, man, from setbacks to success, man, go check his channel out, man. Give him a subscription. Check out some of his videos, man. It's a cool cat, man. And yeah, we'll be doing it again next Thursday night. Thursday night. Yes, indeed. So appreciate you tapping in, man. And we right at an hour.
Enjoy that
Right on
weekend.
time.
Look, all right, y'all be easy. All right.
So,
Yeah.
like, comment, and subscribe.